Chapter 1. Getting Rapport and Connection. Understanding the family's model of the world. The ability to engage effectively with parents and children is one of the single most important skills of a professional. Often we assume rapport because of our position and role. At other times we might be afraid that we will be unable to connect with parents because of a past history of avoidance or of aggressive behaviour towards professional colleagues. Every time we receive a referral about a new or existing case, there is an opportunity to make a difference in a child's life. And why we are in the business of child protection and family support. Each of us is here to serve the child in front of us in this moment, along with the parents and/or carers of that child. It is imperative that we have hope, confidence, and a belief that we have all the resources we need to make a difference. In other words, by finding that inner resolve, focusing on the outcome and taking action, we can create miracles. So how do we build rapport? First of all, we have to build a working relationship with the parents and with each child in the family. To do that, of course, we need to have an understanding of the family background, and we'll talk more about that later. But in the moment of first contact, we have to engage with each of the key personnel. People form an opinion of us in the very first seconds of an encounter. So how we look, how we dress, how we stand, and even our facial expressions are all significant. The best way to get connection is to be respectful. Assume an equal position, not one of superiority, and explain in as simple a way as possible the reason for the visit. Remember, the purpose of phone calls is to set up appointments. You need face-to-face contact with most families to gain rapport. Meetings should take place in the family home to enable an early assessment of family circumstances and living conditions. Always anticipate a successful outcome because, as Henry Ford said, we get what we believe we will get. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you'll be right. To gain and keep rapport, we need to understand each parent's model of the world and understand the current situation from their perspective. Our language needs to be calm and non-threatening. Would it be okay if I came inside? I want to share with you some concerns about Mary and see what we can do to help. Remember that it's easier to say tough things once rapport has been established. It's really important from the outset that you demonstrate you care. People don't care how much you know, they want to know how much you care. In establishing rapport, it's absolutely critical that we listen rather than talk. We need to understand what each parent wants. So ask them, what would success look like for each parent? What needs to happen for them to feel happier as parents? What are their goals, visions and dreams for their family? Are each parent's goals and visions congruent with the other? Observe the parent-child interaction with every child. Listen to how they speak about individual children. Is there more warmth and empathy as regards one child than another? This is especially important in blended families. Are there gender differences in how they treat the children? The key is active listening and reflective questioning, all in a conversational style. In single-parent families, establish whether the pregnancy was planned, the nature of the relationship with the child's father, the extent to which he's involved with the child and his legal standing. Is he aware of the concerns about neglect? The best way to keep rapport is to keep asking questions. So what's going on? Why do you think the nurse is concerned? How does that work? What's been the problem with the baby? This way you can elicit the parent's interpretation of the problem. How do we overcome resistance? There are many reasons why clients resist or avoid professional involvement. Resistance is often fear-based, and calm, confident persistence is essential to provide reassurance while still conveying concern and appropriate authority. Similarly, with aggressive clients, a calm, respectful, yet authoritative approach will hopefully lead them into a calmer state and de-escalate tension and anger. Questions rather than statements are always less threatening. Sometimes adopting an inferior position is the key to gaining rapport. I know that you're the expert in your family's affairs. I'm just curious as to what you see as the way forward in this situation. Or, if there was a way you thought we could help, what might that be? It's really important to understand the reasons behind aggressive responses from parents. And while professionals should be competent in managing aggressive clients, it's also imperative that they are conscious of their own safety. In situations where there is a history of violent or unpredictable behaviour, managers and workers should do a risk analysis and take appropriate safety precautions. Children are likely to be more vulnerable in families characterised by high levels of aggression or families that are persistently resistant to addressing concerns. Resistance and avoidance should therefore lead to an increased determination to see and assess the children. Persistent avoidance of professionals by neglecting families may be an indication that the parents are overly controlling and that they may be hiding serious abuse. While role-playing different scenarios involving resistant parents is a great way to develop skills, this will be even more effective if colleagues are open and willing to help each other to address any personal fears and challenges. We all have situations in which we're less comfortable than others, and it's only through awareness that we can accept the need for more training, more practice or support. Above all, rapport is more readily achieved when the worker is committed and passionate about the child's welfare, confident in their own role and committed to taking responsibility in improving the situation.